This podcast was brought to you by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Drip G podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Host Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also watch this video podcast over on youtube.com/DripG. I messed the intro up. And you can become a member of this podcast. That's the new intro.
Oh, no.
You can become a member of this podcast to get extra podcast content every single month. The next member's podcast, Drip, if I can find my calendar, the next members podcast is happening on December 1st.
Yes.
So make sure to tune in. That's the November one. So make sure to tune in on December 1st, the Friday, and we'll do the members podcast. Tonight, guys, we're talking about the Game Awards and Nintendo's representation. It is steady and heavy, and we're going to get into all of that later on. But Drip, how you doing this week, man?
I'm okay. I've been better. I was sick the last couple days. Last night I was sick. I don't know. I have not been feeling the grace. I'm feeling a little better now.
Good. Good.
Other than that, good week. Good week. Nothing huge. Nothing to note really. Nothing. Nothing too wild. We got Game Awards nominees, so that was cool. I was interested in that.
We did.
That's about it.
The Game Awards, you guys didn't know, the Game Awards are happening and on December 7th. So make sure to, and also we should say this now too. We're going to be announcing a winner during that. Actually tonight? Oh wait, that's tonight. We're doing during the podcast. I forget what we're doing that.
Forget the winner of
your giveaway. We're gonna do that.
I think we're doing it in the after show.
Okay, that's my bad. So Drip did a giveaway in his YouTube channel. We're doing that in the after show. That's my bad. But we are gonna be. We can announce this. I am going to be appearing on Drip's YouTube channel, and we're going to do a live stream of the Game Awards on Drip's YouTube channel. So make sure, obviously, a lot of you guys, if not all of you, are probably subscribed to Drip at this point. Make sure you are and be tuned in for that on December 7th.
Yes.
We're going to be hanging out that Thursday.
We're going to have our own little Game Awards party.
That's right.
So obviously,
no podcast on this channel that night, but we'll be doing the podcast the night after. That'll be the 8th on Friday.
Yeah, the 7th.
7th is Game Awards. So the 8th is going to be when actual podcast is going to be happening on this YouTube channel. So make sure to tune in for that. But again, tune in to see Drip and I just, shooting the shit watching the Game Awards.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be a ton of fun. Usually I do that by myself, but I feel like this year, why? Just make it a party.
That's right.
Have Abby, come on. I mean, whatever. Maybe we'll have some special guests. I don't know.
Ooh, we'll try. We can definitely try.
Maybe if we can find some other content creators that want to come on and hang out for 15, 20 minutes, I got
a couple online we can send a message their way.
I'm sure we can probably find a few people want to hang out. Okay.
Faux show.
Cool. Yeah, I love just coming up with ideas live during the podcast.
I know this is what we do, man. We're just
do we ever remember these? Because I feel like we should try harder.
Well, this one I can remember this one. We're gonna try to get some guests for that night on the podcast. We could definitely
that'd be fun.
That.
That'd be good. Fun. Yeah.
Drip. Speaking of the Game Awards, actually, well, that's not quite the Game Awards quite yet, but we are going to talk about this. Nintendo Switch got a port this week. It's how long has Hogwarts been out?
Dude, forever.
Like a year?
It came out the beginning of this year, right? Wasn't it February or March or something like that?
A good amount of time. A very good amount of time. So obviously the Switch version takes a little bit longer, which is a good thing because that means they're taking their time to get to, it doesn't matter what game it is, as long as they're taking their time to get it on the Switch, because that's what the Switch needs at this point. It needs time to develop because it's so old in terms of the hardware specs. But yeah, so good reviews. I mean, I know I watched Switch Up's review. And it was positive, but it wasn't glowing. I don't want to get anybody's expectations too high with this. It's a very ambitious game for this today in age, and the Switch is not an ambitious console at the moment. So I would say this: if you're interested in it, taper your expectations. You're not going to get the same performance, obviously, or the same, even not exactly the same experience as if you're going to play in something else. But it is indeed a good port. It's a good job what they've done.
It looks decent, honestly. I mean, watching the reviews, I did not expect it to look that good. I got to be honest. I expected it to run like shit. It looks like it runs pretty well. Overall. I mean, there's stutters here, there. Obviously, the resolution is not what it would be anywhere else.
Low resolution, anti-aliasing is awful. The hair is really bad.
Now going to games like Spider-Man 2, just for instance,
Yeah.
like the hair physics looks so good.
Yeah.
Like it just moves and like
Yeah.
flow. It's like, whoa, this is nuts. And then when you see that like
Yeah, it's for
jagged,
me.
weird looking hair.
For me, it's the jaggy edges and the glitter effect that like it's so like weird.
It drives me
and,
nuts. It drives me nuts.
Again, it's you have to taper expectations. You're not getting a AAA title on a AAA console at the moment. It is not quite up to spec with all the other copies. You're not getting the same game on the Nintendo.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the fact that it's not truly open world on the Switch.
Right. That's what I'm trying. That's what I was
Which is
getting
weird because you instead of just being able to travel wherever, when you get to certain points, they kind of stop you. There's an invisible wall and it has like the name of the place. Then you press A, then you'll go to a loading screen and then that place will be the thing. So instead of just going there, you have to let it load, which, I mean, if that's the way they had to work around to make it work the way it works, I don't see that as a huge thing.
No. It's again, as long as you taper those expectations, very important. You're getting a very solid product at the end of the day. It's just that it doesn't quite stack up to the other versions of the game.
Not quite, but it's cool that it's on there and it's cool that it runs well.
For sure.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing what they've done. I think it's a game I want to pick up. I don't think it's going to be for the Switch for that reason. But if you're somebody who only has a Switch, at least you have the good news that it runs at an acceptable frame rate and acceptable visuals. So I would say probably stick to handheld is what I would recommend. But again, watch.
It looks like that's the way to go.
Watch Switch Up's review and watch other people who's going to review it. Hopefully, Alex probably reviews it as well. Go watch them.
You know what, Geeb? This is something I've wanted to talk about a little bit. We've talked about it a few times this week, but Hogwarts Legacy is on the Switch. But do you know where it's not?
Where is it not, Drip?
It is not at the Game Awards.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and obviously you have not played, I've not played it, so we're not exactly the perfect people to be talking about that, but I think we both know to this point, the game deserves to be represented. Yeah, absolutely.
The people who have played this game love this game. Most of what I hear about this game is everything about the combat's awesome. Everything about the flying's awesome. Everything about the world, the way that you interact with it, all the stuff, the experience, great. Story, meh, okay. Why? I mean, I know why, and we're going to get into it. But why is this a thing, Geeb? Like, why is this a thing?
Oh, you're making.
Why do we have to bring other things?
You're making me.
No. I'll do it. I don't understand why we have to bring. And I hate using the word politics into it.
Yeah.
But this is just bullshit. And I want to be clear about what I'm talking about. I mean, obviously there was the huge controversy with the writer of Harry Potter. What's her name?
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, she said some fucked up shit. You know, we can leave it at that, which I can say for sure Geeb and I do not agree with.
That'd be right.
At all. But I find it kind of messed up in this sense, Geeb. While there was the controversy with her and people did not want to support the game, this and that, like, okay, you're an idiot. Whatever. Have that stance. People online are idiots anyway. The thing is, this woman had absolutely nothing to do with this game.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, just in case, Drip, people out there don't know, this is not a Harry Potter video game. This is in the universe of Harry Potter, but like, as far as I know, it's completely new idea in the same world, in the same universe, I should say.
Yeah.
It's not like the books came to a video game.
That's the thing. This hateful woman had nothing to do with the game.
She wrote the.
She's not involved in it.
She created the world, but so I wouldn't say she had nothing to do with it.
Well,
but
she wasn't involved in the
she wasn't involved with
the making of the game.
Yes, for sure.
But there are hundreds, maybe, I don't know, thousands of people who have nothing to do with her. And because honestly, at this point, it seems like because the Game Awards is afraid of some backlash, they decided to just, we're not going to touch it. We're not going to touch it. So we're not going to have that game at the Game Awards because of the controversy, because we're afraid. So now the people who have taken all that time in their lives to make this amazing game that so many people love are not going to be represented at the Game Awards in any way. And I honestly, I just absolutely hate that for them. I hate it.
And
I think
this is
a
not
cop-out.
And
it's terrible.
It's not all about J.K. Rowling either. There's other reasons why this game probably got negative press toward it, and why there's pressure not to put it in the Game Awards. Certain things about the game itself. I believe one of the characters may be a trans character, if I'm correct about that.
Well, that was one of the things that they put. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same shit from a different side of the aisle. Like both, you know what I mean? So like,
which again,
the point we want to make is that we want
none of that has to do with the game itself.
We want to. The
game is great.
All Drip
and if
I
you're going to call yourself the Game Awards, if this is the there's lots of Game Award shows, and let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like we're going to sit here and talk about the Game Awards all night because it's fun, but these awards don't mean shit.
Yeah.
If we're really going to be there, but if you are going to be the big Game Awards that pushes yourself this hard, and you're going to be the one that stands out in the front, then you should be the ones to actually put every game in for what the game is, not the controversy that surrounds it outside of video games, because it's absolutely ridiculous that the people that worked on this game get no recognition.
That's the important part here, is the people who worked on the game. That's who is getting the short end of the stick here.
Yeah.
The short end of the broomstick, if you will. Okay? That's what the people developed this game are getting. Harry Potter.
And I got to be like, let's be honest about the game. I don't know if it's game of the year material. Maybe
it could be nominated. I think it could be.
But I mean, it's clear that this was completely left out.
Yep.
For something other than the game being, a good game, because none of the other good games were left out.
So many good people get hurt because of those decisions that have nothing to do with the game, and it's a bit silly. So those people deserve.
I feel like old Jeff should be held accountable for this one, because in the end of the day, he's the one making decisions on this stuff, and I feel it's a pretty cowardly move to not include it. To try to get the away from the bad press, because I mean, God, it wouldn't have been that bad anyway.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make me want to play it more or less. I still want to play this game. I think now that I have a Steam Deck, Drip.
Yeah.
Maybe
now that I don't, I know I want to buy it on PlayStation. Listen, it looks good on Switch, but we're not. We're gonna get it on PlayStation. I think. I'm just waiting for a sale. Honestly, I'm waiting for a Black Friday sale at this point.
Yeah. Oh, Steam. I guess for PlayStation 2, but yeah, there'll be sales all galore.
Oh yeah.
So, guys, speaking of the Game Awards, obviously, the Game Awards were here. It's a couple weeks. We have all of the nominations are set. We have...
You know what? They are, Geeb. But I'm not letting you talk about it yet, because I really want to open this beer. So we're going to do Beer of the Week right now.
I love how you, wait. I just drink it. I don't even give a crap.
I wait.
I don't.
Well, this is okay, the reason I'm waiting this week is because this is something I've never had. I went to get beer for Beer of the Week. I was going to get something different. And then my good buddy Moran shows up here with this thing called Clown Shoes.
Clown Shoes!
And it's got a superhero lady on it. I don't know what she's fighting. It looks like a plant of some sort. I don't even know what this is. Sour ale with guava and passion fruit. It's 5.8% alcohol, fruity and tart. Brewed by Clown Shoes Brewing in Boston, Massachusetts, and Windsor, Vermont.
Windsor.
Okay, let me try this.
Give it a try.
I've never had this ever, so I mean, the can looks amazing. Oh my God. Ooh, that is a good sour. Okay, yeah, it is tart. That you get the guava a lot. Passion fruit is there. It's quite tart. I do enjoy it. What do you got, G? This is great.
I'm playing the violin.
I'm excited about this.
I'm playing the fiddle.
I can see you. I can see that.
Playing the fiddle. No, I got with me some Leinenkugel's Berry Weiss. Haven't had it in a long time.
Crazy.
Haven't had it in a long time.
That's your beer of the week?
That's my beer of the week.
Let me show you what I went to get.
Thanks to our Abby and I's mutual friend, Paige. Thank you, Paige, for buying beer for us at the house here. She came over.
Look what I went to get.
What is this?
Sunset Wheat, dude.
Sunset Wheat.
This is like a discontinued beer. This is like a limited batch, I guess. They stopped making this stuff 5 years ago, and I saw it at the Kroger. Really? I was like, whoa.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I've never tried the Sunset Wheat. I stick with the Berry Weiss for the most part when I'm drinking Leinenkugel's.
Okay, so the Sunset Wheat basically tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
What? No way.
Like a Fruity Pebble wheat beer. Yeah, dude. I swear.
That sounds great.
It's great.
We are not a beer podcast, Drip, as much as we love beer.
This is the beer of the week, though.
This is the beer of the week. Next week we'll have something different to try. What's up, Nathaniel? How you doing? Let's go.
Very Fruity Pebble, Lexi.
Let's go talk about the Game Awards. The nominations are set.
Right,
Drip, our boy Jeff, condemn him for his sins, but also thank you for putting on an event. Here we are once again, another year for the Game Awards. Nintendo is incredibly represented at this Game Awards. There are a ton of Nintendo nominations. Actually, to be specific, Drip, there are in total 15 nominations for Nintendo games in this game.
And it's not like all one game.
No.
It's several games. Lots of games.
We'll
which
get
is
to
crazy.
I mean, you guys can guess what they are, I'm sure, but we'll get to those in a little bit later.
Obviously.
We'll just start with this, Drip. What games before we talk about the nominations, what, or if any, announcements will Nintendo make during this live stream?
Okay, that's actually something that I'm interested to talk about. That's something that they haven't done in a long time.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see what they do. I think last year we did get something, but it wasn't serious, and it was probably something we already knew about. I can't remember what it was, but the last couple of years there really hasn't been anything significant.
Just like commercials and stuff.
Yeah, like are we going to get a true announcement from Nintendo?
I think the last time they actually announced anything, and it wasn't even a Nintendo game, it was a Nintendo exclusive. I want to say it was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I think that was the last thing that was like a Nintendo game. I may be missing some things.
Nintendo, but I know what you're saying.
But it was a Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And then I think 2017, when Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year.
Yeah.
That's when they announced the DLC for Breath of the Wild. I do believe, or maybe that was that year. It had to be.
Yeah.
But they don't really do anything at the Game Awards, and every year since then we say, what are they going to announce at the Game Awards? We're going to see Metroid Prime. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Nothing. We get nothing from them.
Nothing. You get nothing.
But we do have these Zelda rumors still. We do have these Zelda rumors still.
Are you talking about the two games? The rumors?
I'm just talking about the whatever, the
Zelda,
tweet.
ZR 2023?
Yeah. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is up for 5 awards.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to win something. It would be smart to come in there, use the hype. Tears of the Kingdom, nominated for Game of the Year. Decent chance to win Game of the Year. I mean, maybe we do get a Zelda remake of some sort announced there for early next year. February, March.
Drew, as much as I'd love to even entertain that idea, like I said,
you're not even going to entertain it.
I'm not even going to entertain that. No, I'm just not. It's like I said before, if we weren't getting it at the last direct,
and not entertain it.
We're at this point, it was 2 directs ago. If we weren't getting it that last direct, whatever I said it, we're not getting it all, and we're not getting these games at all. I really think that.
Oh well, you're talking specifically about Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Yes, I'm
not talking about that. I think it could be anything.
Well,
just a Zelda project.
Don't
something
take my.
Doing.
Don't steal my. Don't steal my. Don't steal my thunder.
I'm saying a remake.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. It could be any of the other games that we've heard about. Yeah. I mean, there's been whispers of the Oracle games have already been redone or been worked on. There's a bunch of stuff. Like I said, I want to see the original done. We know they could port a Link Between Worlds.
That would be great.
From the 3DS, that'd be pretty easy, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's possible this year. We may actually get Nintendo doing something this year.
Here's and you know what I'm going to say. Here's what I would really, really love.
I like this idea. I do like this idea.
I don't know why there's not more people talking about it. I'm giving you guys free content to make out there. I'm going to try to make it myself. Hopefully I can post it on my channel. But listen, guys, I've already said it before on the podcast. I'll say it again. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity had lots of problems, but it was an incredible game.
I think very fun.
It was an incredibly fun gameplay, the warrior style gameplay, the characters that we love from Breath of the Wild. new characters, new story that was never told as in this alternate reality that was created for Hyrule Warriors. Spectacular game that was. And let's get some credit to the original, the OG Hyrule Warriors. Miss G picked it up recently. She's having a lot of fun with it.
It's good.
It's a good game
Runs
too.
60 frames per second. Looks great.
But as good as Age of Calamity was, there's an even better version they can make with Tears of the Kingdom. And it's called Hyrule Warriors. I almost said the Infinity War.
Thanos is coming to this one.
No.
What the hell is it called?
Boy.
What is it called? The Imprisoning War.
War.
The Imprisoning War. Hyrule Warriors, The Imprisoning War is like the most perfect idea that I don't get why they don't have already not put it out. But that would be something that would be really interesting to see in this year. If we get a shadow drop, or like maybe they'll just say, December, or something like that. Like, I don't know. I'll take 2024. I'll take 2024. I just need
though.
I need to see this
story.
game.
Think about it. We saw we saw it in the cutscenes.
Yeah.
We saw it in the cutscenes in Tears of the Kingdom. They could make that. Oh my God. Could you imagine like getting to see like what, you get glimpses, you get like, oh, they're there. Everybody's there with Ganondorf and they do the thing. But like, imagine you're way there. All the things you had to fight through to get there. And like, oh, dude, it would be so cool. I think you're spot on with this. I love this idea.
I want to see ancient Hyrule bloodbath. I want to see Ganon and the Gerudo. And I want to see Rauru, Queen Sonia.
But it would literally be like
all those
the
characters.
Gerudo versus the Hylian. Like, that would be so cool.
Oh my God, what a game. What a
It'd
game.
be awesome. If they can get it to run better than the potato that is Age of Calamity.
That's what makes me think 2024 more than anything is because
On the Switch,
they might be saving that.
hardware.
They could be saving Hyrule Warriors Imprisoning War for better hardware.
Yeah, well, clearly it needs it because good Lord.
Yeah, it can't run like the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, but it'll probably run worse than that. It's my guess.
Probably.
Or maybe they learned a little bit from last time. They could do a little bit better this time.
They didn't. They've already done this once. They took Zelda IP and made it into a Warriors game that ran 60 frames per second.
Right.
And now they do this. It
That's
runs
true.
15 potatoes per second.
Yeah, I don't know if that has to do with anything besides like the assets being different. I don't really know what they changed.
But they were even simpler though. They were using like cell shaded stuff from. It's even simpler. There's not even as much texture.
Yeah. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know who to blame, if anybody, on that one. I still love the game.
Yeah.
God, it would have been more fun if it could play 2-player. Because when you try to play 2-player with that one, it's unplayable.
Oh yeah. You're out. You're done.
And we played it. Mrs. G did play it. We did play it. Unplayably as it was, we did play 2-player because it was too much fun not to. But lots of lag. Lots and lots.
It happens, man.
Lag.
It happens.
But yeah, again, guys, Drip, nominations to the wazoo. Obviously, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Super Mario Bros. Wonder had as many nominations as Tears of the Kingdom. Which is wild. To say that I'm shocked, I'm shocked. I am shocked.
I was going to say.
I'm shocked.
I am shocked. I thought it would get a few. We both said family game, yeah, probably going to be there. Probably going to win that one, maybe.
But five nominations,
including Game of the Year,
Never. I think I said
on
our
this
podcast.
very podcast, we both said not going to be nominated for Game of the Year.
We both
not going to be nominated.
I think at least me. I know. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I know I said I believe it deserves to be there, but it would be beat out. A snub, real quick. Game of the Year, Final Fantasy. Was a snub.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. It didn't get that many nominations, honestly, for anything. I mean, it got a few.
Yeah, but just interesting. I would have never guessed in a million years that Final Fantasy would be left off and Mario Wonder would be in its place.
That was one of the ones everybody was saying, like, that one's going to be there. That one's going to be there.
Yeah.
I think the biggest surprise for me is, help me out here, 4. Resident Evil 4.
Yes.
That's the biggest surprise to me. It's a remake.
Yeah,
but I got to be honest about this Game of the Year thing with those two games.
We can't get too far into that's later on the show, but we're stuck right now.
Right. I just want to talk about Mario Wonder and Game of the Year, and we can move on. I think you agree with me on this.
Yeah,
cool. Mario Wonder has been nominated for Game of the Year, but just be happy to be there.
Yes.
Just say we got nominated. That's cool. This game's not winning Game of the Year. It's fine.
I mean, how
it's
crazy
an
would it
awesome
be
game.
if it did?
It's very cool that it was nominated. This game's not winning Game of the Year.
That's
It's
right.
not. It's very cool that it was nominated. So I feel like we acknowledge that. We do a little clap and we just give a thumbs up when the winner goes up on stage. And I guess hope it's another Nintendo game. I don't know. Not the one I thought that they were going to be nominated for.
Well, Drip,
Before
before you say what you're gonna say, I did get ahead of myself a little bit. We do need to take our ad break, so we'll be right back. But when we come back, we'll be talking way more about the Game Awards, Nintendo's presence at it, and we'll talk a little bit more about that whole situation at the Game of the Year nominees. We'll get to all that in just a second. We'll be right back, guys. Drip, today's sponsor is Binbok. Drip, Nintendo first-party accessories are really high quality, but they're expensive and lack some features that other controllers offer. That's where Binbok can help you out. Binbok can make Joy-Con and Pro Controller alternatives and all the features that you want for an affordable price. Drip, I know you've been working with Binbok for a while. You've had firsthand experience even with many of their products, and you've even had some input with some of their products.
Yes. Okay. I have a few of them right here. This controller right here. This thing is awesome. This is basically their version of, what would you say, like a Xbox Elite controller or something like that. It's got all the bells and whistles. It's got extra everything. It does so many things. If you really want to know more about it, I have a video on my channel. But I got some more in from them, actually, and it just seems like everything I get from them at this point is better and better and better. And these ones are not the Xbox Elite controller, but this is an amazing controller. It's called the Gemini.
Yeah.
And these things are beautiful. They are so beautiful. We've got a white one and a black one here. They actually have the same HD rumble as a Pro Controller or Joy-Cons. I think the only thing they don't do is read Amiibo. They've got programmable buttons on the back. They've got sweet lights. They do have the sticks. Help me out there. What are they called?
The Hall Effect sticks.
The Hall Effect sticks. That's right. So yeah, you know,
all the rage of the kiddos, Drip.
It is. Binbok's come a long way. They've come a long way. Their stuff's super high quality. We have a link to all that below. You definitely should check this new one out. I'll have a video up on that on my channel soon. This one's already up. This is a great controller, honestly. It's a very good controller. If you're interested, check out that video for sure.
That's right, guys. Make sure to check out the video. Check out the links in the description down below. Check out Binbok's website, but also you can check out the Binbok the BINBOKPLAY Ultra Pro Controller. You can also find their store, binbok.com. That is BINBOK.com. Thank you, Binbok, for sponsoring today's episode. Drip, today's sponsor of the episode is tomtoc. And you can help out tomtoc right now by checking their website out for the Black Friday sale. I believe they sell on Amazon as well, Drip. That's correct?
Yeah, their whole Amazon store is a Black Friday sale right now. I looked at it today. There's some awesome deals. And it's actually not just Nintendo Switch stuff. It's stuff for your iPad, backpacks. Literally, they have a case for everything. But the one you're probably going to want to check out is the fancy case. They're beautiful. I've been using these things forever. tomtoc, as most of you know if you've watched my channel or listened to this podcast, tomtoc is what my Switch lives in about 99.9% of the time. I've got probably 5 or 6 different styles. You can get these cases in 15, 16 different colors now. They're great. They've got YKK zippers made with high quality materials. They've got little places that your sticks go in, so you know your sticks are going to be safe. I mean, if you're looking for something that's absolutely going to protect your Switch, I mean, the fancy case is it, Geeb.
That's right, guys. You can check out the Fancy Case series from tomtoc using the links in our description down below. Make sure to go check those out. You can also always head to their Amazon store, and you can head to tomtoc.com. That is TOMTOC.com. Register your gear. Make sure to go to the link down below and register your tomtoc products. You have a warranty on those products that they offer as long as you go ahead and register them. Again, thank you tomtoc and Binbok for sponsoring today's episode. Now back to the regular scheduled content.
Anyway, back to the Game Awards. 5 nominations for Tears of the Kingdom. 5 nominations for Mario Wonder.
Yes.
I do want to talk about one category that I really like this year, and we got a Mario movie nomination there.
We did.
It's the game adaptation.
Not surprising.
That's a stacked category this year, dude.
It is. Go ahead and read them off.
Stacked. Let me get those. I don't have them up here right now, but I know we've got The Last of Us, which was I don't know. Did you watch The Last of Us?
I watched a few episodes. Was not my favorite. I did stop watching because I was I don't think the show is for me. I didn't play the games. The show was good. Pedro Pascal is the man. But the show.
Did you hear he's Reed Richards? He's in the Fantastic Four official.
Really?
For the movie.
Which one is Reed Richards? Which character?
He's the stretchy guy.
Oh, yeah, I know stretchy guy. Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. Pretty sweet.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Last of Us, Super Mario Brothers movie, Twisted Metal, which I haven't seen. It's on Peacock. I haven't seen that yet. It looks interesting. Again, kind of like Mario Wonder at the Game of the Year. Probably just gonna be happy to be here.
Yeah.
Castlevania, that's a Netflix thing. I have not seen that yet, but I hear great things about that. And I did go see the Gran Turismo movie. It was excellent. I really, really enjoyed that. But I don't think that's game. I think it's I'm sorry, not Game of the Year. That's not going to be the best adaptation. It is good, but I believe it's going to come down to The Last of Us and the Super Mario Brothers movie. I don't know who I'm going to take on that though. They're both really good. That series.
Did you enjoy? You enjoyed
good. The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I loved it.
I can
absolutely loved it.
I can actually say that I've watched both, and I actually gave up on one because I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to. That being The Last of Us. So I can honestly say that I think the Mario movie is my pick between those two, because again I didn't see any other stuff there. But between those
Gran
two,
Turismo was great.
Between those two, Mario movie is my choice. I also wasn't in love with the Mario movie either. It's a very good movie. It was better. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Again, you guys can check out our Mario movie. I think it was spoiler-free review back, in our channel. Make sure to check out our
it was
our episode archive there and see where that's at. But I'm picking the Mario movie. I could see why people who would pick The Last of Us. I heard Gran Turismo. I also heard Gran Turismo was great.
It was good.
Maybe that's better than the Mario movie. I don't know. I didn't see it. I'm not a big movie guy like that. I'll check those movies out later on when they're like $2 on sale on the renting stores.
I want to talk about another game that's very interesting that had the same amount of nominations as Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Wonder. That's Hi-Fi Rush.
That is not a game that you would think would be in the
Hi-Fi Rush out here, quietly,
like you maybe were gonna say Spider-Man or Baldur's Gate.
We're gonna get to those.
Which those also would fit in that category. But to say Hi-Fi Rush is in the same ballpark in the Game Awards representation as Zelda and Mario is impressive.
Well, and I will say this: that is one game that I still haven't played, but every time I see it, I'm like, I want to play that game. I want to play that game. Just haven't got around to it yet. It looks great. It looks awesome. I mean, what was it nominated for? I think art direction is one it was nominated for.
Yeah, I don't have that. I
don't know. A few more, but that's surprising. I mean, that's surprising. But there are 2 here, and I think this is what scares me for Tears of the Kingdom and Game of the Year. Spider-Man 2, okay? Spider-Man 2 has 7 nominations.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Wow. That's rough, man. I mean, it deserves it. I'm speaking simply as a fan of Zelda. That's
listen,
rough.
Spider-Man 2 is amazing. It's great. Baldur's Gate 3 has 8 nominations.
And that's not surprising.
More than any other game.
I almost wonder,
by one.
No pun intended, Drip, I almost wonder if Zelda and Mario kind of took away, like I said before, last episode and prior.
Yeah, you were
if they almost took away from each other in certain categories at certain points. I'm not trying to listen. Baldur's Gate deserves as many nominations got, the same for Spider-Man. But I almost wonder if there's 1 or 2 extra nominations Zelda could have gotten But that's actually, I don't know if that's true because they both are in the same categories for the most part. Mario and Zelda. They're all pretty much in the same category.
And a lot of these games, all four of, well, at least three of them, Spider-Man, Baldur's Gate, and Zelda, a lot of them are in the same categories. They're going up against each other. They're going to be going up against each other all night.
I think that what makes the big difference there is categories like voice acting. Those are the voice actors who got nominated.
Spider-Man had one in voice acting and Baldur's Gate.
What's another one that like a Nintendo game wouldn't really get? I forget. There's a couple nominations that like Zelda just wouldn't get nominated for those things because it doesn't incorporate those things. Like hiring Idris Elba to play a character in Zelda would not happen. So obviously,
that would be sweet if it did, though.
Yeah. But there's a couple others just like that, but we'll use that as an example.
Yeah, I mean, multiplayer.
Having the most nominations,
support.
Having the most nominations does not mean you're going to win Game of the Year.
No, it doesn't mean
anything. It certainly spells what's to come potentially.
Yeah,
and if we're looking at those numbers right there, I think you can safely take a bet. If you got betting in your state or country, you could safely bet Baldur's Gate being the winner. But I will say this: Zelda came up to play. They're up to bat and they came to play. They're in third place, like I thought. I did think Zelda would be in third, Spider-Man would be second, and Baldur's Gate would be first. But when it comes down to that award specifically, it's anyone's game.
Yeah. So for sure.
But that's where the standings lie currently. I nailed the prediction. Now my prediction needs to come through, and Zelda needs to be the underdog. That's what needs to happen next.
Yeah. I don't feel like Zelda's that much, like, for Game of the Year, I don't feel like it's that much of an underdog.
It is, man. It's such an underdog.
I mean, okay, let's just be real here. Like, Alan Wake 2, cool. Okay, I'm hearing good things about that. Haven't played it.
Underdogs.
Resident Evil 4, I feel like
those
it's a remake.
The true underdogs.
And I'm sure
are
it's
those
great.
ones.
I heard it's great. I heard it's a great remake. Mario Wonder's not going to win Game of the Year.
No.
It's Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, and Tears of the Kingdom, and I don't see how it's the underdog of those three.
What would you?
I think it's punching right in its weight class with those guys.
I say that because I feel it, but I also say because the data shows. It's got 5 nominations. Spider-Man has 7, and Baldur's Gate has 8. That would put Spider-Man in second, Baldur's Gate in first, and Zelda in third. As far as who actually has competition to win, those are the 3 games that actually have the real chances to win, and Zelda is the third behind.
If you look at amount of nominations, though, that doesn't mean shit for the specific categories.
It's kind of like in sports when your team is ranked, a lower seed. But when it comes down to it, once you get in that game, the Super Bowl, World Series, whatever sport final it is, once you get the World Cup, once you get there, once you get to the dance, it's anybody's game. It's one, especially in like football and soccer. There's one game, one chance to win that.
Here's the thing.
To win the whole thing, and anyone's game. So that's how I feel about it. They're lower seed. Zelda is a lower seed. If we were seeding these games, Zelda would be the 3rd seed.
No. Okay. Now listen. Hang on. I think you're wrong. And let me tell you why. Let me explain. I want to look at the categories that some of if you're going to go with that, if we're going to make this that thing, what you're trying to do right now, we were not
planning on going in this direction, by the way.
I know, but I'm going to play along.
Yeah.
I'm going to play along. And I think you're wrong because of this. And this is my best example I have. I want to go look at one category. One of them is best performance. Okay? So that's an actor. We got Spider-Man 2. The guy who played Peter Parker is up for it. And then there's a guy from Baldur's Gate. Now, what do you feel about that category? Is that like a really strong category, do you think? Like if you're nominated for that category, let me ask you this. Here's my point. Do you think it is more impressive than best art direction? Because I feel like that is a much higher seeded nomination because Tears of the Kingdom is nominated for that, and Super Mario Wonder and Baldur's Gate and Spider-Man are not.
Your point is a good one. I'm not taking that
Thank
away
you.
from you. That's a good point. Not that voice acting isn't important. You're not trying to say that.
No, it is. But I think that
you're saying
art direction
as far
punches punch that down.
As far as like you're saying that the different categories weigh differently, and Zelda may have less categories nominated, but those categories don't all weigh the
big
same.
Ones.
And
Yeah.
they are heavy hitters in the heavy categories, where maybe a couple of those extra. But then again, Drip, don't forget, it does have Baldur's Gate 3 extra nominations. I think it makes up for it though. So like
the amount does.
So, but maybe your point of like maybe Zelda's not in third place. Maybe they're all actually kind of in 1A, 1-2, 1-3, 1A, 1B, 1C territory. I think that's kind of where we're at. So maybe it's not first, second, third. Maybe it's 1A, 1B, and 1C. And maybe Zelda's 1C, but Spider-Man's 1B and Baldur's Gate's 1A, or however you want to arrange those. You know, that's what we're talking about. And that's a good point. I'll take your point.
I'm glad you're with me on that.
Yes.
Hey, Fortnite though. Best ongoing game. Let's go. Let's go.
Can we
get your votes in.
Quickly, Drip, let's give a shout out where it's due. Pikmin is nominated for 2 different categories, including Best Family Game. Not going to win.
No, it's not
going to win. Doesn't deserve to win, but definitely it's cool that it's there. And that's another game that should be happy to be there. Strategy, yes. And also in strategy is Fire Emblem and Advance Wars 1+2 reboot. Again, that makes up the 15 Zelda nominations right there. Those are all the Nintendo games.
I feel like Advance Wars is going to take that.
Listen, as far as you talk about strategy games, that's probably one of the more fun strategy games that I have not played, and I would love to play.
Guarantee they're going to take that. But dude, Nintendo's dominating. That's weird. Nintendo's dominating a strategy. Like, that is a weird category for Nintendo to dominate at the Game Awards.
Megaboyd in the chat, really good point when I bring this up. Spider-Man 2, and this doesn't mean everything, guys. I don't want to say this means everything, but this is significant. Spider-Man 2 has 95,000 followers on Twitch. Baldur's Gate has 193,000 followers.
Talking about getting into the weeds.
And Tears of the Kingdom, guys, get this: 279,000 followers. That means something. Whether it means a difference in the voting, no. But is it something? Goddamn right, it means something. That's a lot of people. A lot more people follow Zelda on Twitch than Baldur's Gate or Spider-Man. By a lot.
Come on now. Does that matter?
It would if it was a fan voting system. It's only partially a fan voting system.
Well, the fans get a vote. We get our vote.
Yes.
But all of us as one combined, everybody who votes, the fans, that counts as one vote.
Right. It's going to be interesting for sure. You know, Drip, we do have. Let's talk about this too. I think we already did talk about it. Can we just listen? Drip and I, we're gonna give you guys our top 3 categories, including Game of the Year, and we're gonna give you our collective Drip and Geeb winners in a minute. But before we get to that, can we just give some freaking love? Can you play the freaking hands, Drip, for Mario Wonder? That's the wrong one. Mario Wonder is up. We already said it, but is up for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Just clap it out at home. If you're in the car, take your hands off the steering wheel and clap. It's very safe. You'll be fine. It's incredible that Mario Wonder. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It is
incredible.
It's incredible. Mario Wonder and Spider-Man coming in late in the game, same day. And
I knew Spider-Man, and it's still. Spider-Man doesn't have. Remember, I said, Spider-Man's gonna come in. It's gonna be badass. It's gonna have that hype. I as good as Spider-Man is, I don't know if it has that hype. You know what I mean? I've said game hype.
I said it before, Drip, and I'll say it again. Spider-Man is a lock for number 2. I think the Baldur's Gate fans or the Zelda fans are gonna. I think there's so many Spider-Man fans out there. Has it a lock for second? Matter. Has a lock for second. Baldur's Gate
doesn't matter how many fans are
Zelda,
out there. It
Zelda.
The people who vote for it.
I know.
It doesn't matter about the fans.
In my head, it's a more fan thing. I know, but it's not true.
It's not
in reality. Anyway, I just think it's come down to Baldur's Gate and Zelda. It's just that's what it comes down to. Spider-Man is a solid number 2. But if Spider-Man wins on Thursday night, December 7th, I'm gonna clap for it as well because you're damn right I'm gonna play that game. You're damn right I'm gonna love it. And Baldur's Gate's just one of those games I just don't think it's for me. I won't play it. If I have the opportunity to, maybe down the line I will, but it's just not my game. But I give it its respect. Baldur's Gate deserves all this love and credit. All the people working for those games deserve every other categories it was nominated for. It's all
amazing.
well deserving.
The hype is real.
But
I mean, 8 nominations. The hype's real for Baldur's Gate 3. I know a bunch of people playing it. Pretty sure my little brother's playing it. He loves it.
And I mean, Megaboy's coming out clutch tonight, dude. I wanted to bring this up, but I forgot about it. And Megaboy reminds me here. Just remember, God of War Ragnarok won almost every category it was nominated in, except Game of the Year, and Elden Ring took it.
Yeah, which was a huge surprise.
It was a shocker.
It was
not as quite as shocking as that dumbass kid who got on stage afterwards, but it was.
I forgot about that.
Almost equally as shocking.
That was awesome.
Listen, I don't support that kind of behavior. Don't be that.
No, me neither. But I mean, come on.
It was a little funny. Honestly, it wasn't. It was. I'm not. Drip. I can't go there. I'm not going there. That it was funny. It wasn't.
Bill Clinton.
I didn't think it was funny. I from when it happened, I didn't think it was funny. Afterwards, I didn't think it was funny. I really didn't. I thought it was a really dumb joke. I really did. Call me an old man shaking my shoe on my doorstep. Yeah. I just didn't think it was funny.
Put your cane back on the ground. You're gonna fall over. Chill.
So yes, let's talk about this, Drip. We have a collective winner for 3 different categories, and Drip and I are gonna make our picks in the after show. All of our nominees for every category in every game. That'll be the after show. But for on the actual show itself, we've chosen 3 categories that are significant to us, and obviously we're not sitting here doing a bunch of categories for the podcast. We're just gonna pick a few, the few 3 that we like.
Best art direction.
I played the draft sound on my end.
I was gonna do that in a second. So we talked about these. We talked about these and agreed with at least these before, so we didn't have to argue. We'll argue in the after show about all the other stuff.
Yes.
So best art direction. I mean, as you know, as Nintendo kids like we are, obviously this comes down to 2 games: Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
There's other nominees, but
our vote is in. Geeb and I have both agreed that the best art direction should go to Mario Wonder.
Yes,
this year.
over Zelda. Over Zelda. And well deserved. Absolutely well deserved. I mean, it's a different game altogether, and I would never say Zelda's a worse game than Mario, but I will say that the art style, and if you will, the direction they took was wonderful.
Yeah, I'm talking about Tears of the Kingdom. It's the same direction. They've done this before. We've seen that before, and it is great. I love the way it looks. I love the world. But what they did to Mario and Mario Wonder, it deserves to be recognized. I think it should win best art direction.
I will say this: then there's a ton of new enemies in Zelda, like a ton of new/old enemies. They've been around. Variation.
New things that they've added into the game.
They brought old enemies back into the game, and that's new for Zelda. Or excuse me, new for Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
Right.
So give them credit for all. That's why they're there. That's why they're nominated. For those enemies, there's the Great Sky Island is mind-blowing.
Beautiful.
It's just
I forgot about that.
Like just mind-blowing how beautiful the depths, so creative.
Did we make the wrong decision?
No, we didn't.
Okay, you're right.
No, we
Mario
didn't.
Wonder.
But there's
no
a reason.
Question, Geeb.
There's a reason. It's not just there because it's Zelda. It's there because it deserves to be there. That is a wonderful game, art direction wise. But Mario Wonder,
it looks amazing.
I don't think I need to say any of this, but Mario Wonder is the winner. I mean, come on. There's so much coolness about it. The whole game isn't a visual novel. Is that a right term? Probably not.
But I get what you mean. Not the right term.
The whole game is visually stunning. It's the animations, the art, the artwork.
It's all great.
It's amazing. It deserves a win.
Mario Wonder. I think that's probably a lock. That's probably what's actually going to happen. Now the next one, Geeb, is Best Family Game. Let me give you the nominees here. We've got Disney Illusion Island, which I have to be honest, I absolutely love that game. It was very, very, very good. Very fun to play. Party Animals, which pretty damn funny. It's hilarious. It's a good time. Pikmin 4, which, you know, it's Pikmin 4. Not my favorite kind of game, but that's cool. We got Sonic Superstars, which looks great. But I mean, it's a Sonic game. It's a Sonic game that is updated graphically, basically. It looks good. And there's some other little things in there, but it's basically a Sonic game. Mario Wonder. I mean, we know what Mario Wonder is. I don't know. I will say this. I had a tough time picking this one. This is one where you and we had a little bit of a conversation, and I think we know two things. One, there's some heavy hitters here.
Yes.
Especially for family game.
I would say they're
Sonic Superstars, I don't think is one of those. I think that is the one that is definitely not going to win.
I would say that they're all heavy hitters. I would say that the two that are the least heavy hitting in order would be Pikmin 4 and Sonic Superstars. So
yeah, and I mean, I think Party Animals is
Pikmin 4 almost isn't even a heavy hitter. Pikmin 4 should be happy to be nominated for anything. I think the game was fun. I'm gonna be honest with you though. I enjoyed playing Pikmin 1 and 2 way better than Pikmin 4.
Yeah,
I think that's one reason I haven't finished the game to this point is that I missed.
Well, they say they kind of like babyfied it a little bit.
Yes, they I wouldn't say babyfied, but they made the game. They changed the game.
Just too easy.
It's a different game now. Like the old games were strategy style games. There's no more strategy. There is strategy. Don't get me wrong. There's strategy.
It's just very simple.
But it's very simple. It's simplified.
Mindless strategy.
It's simplified.
I got you.
And I'm sure. Anyway, no, I don't want to harp on that too much. I didn't hate Pikmin 4 at all. It should be happy to be here. I think that's fair. What's up for vote here is Disney Illusion Islands, Party Animals, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
I mean, Party Animals is cool.
I also, Drip, before you say that, Drip, I hate this category. I know you
I think
do.
It's defined, are we really going to get into this?
I think
we get into this every year.
I think it's defined very poorly. I think it should be about multiplayer. Then it should be about anything else.
No.
Because it's about multiplayer, but it's also about family friendly. It's very silly how they define this category.
No. Multiplayer is games you can play with multiple people. This is games that are good and appropriate for families to play. Huge difference. You say this every year. Every damn year. Every year.
And I'm right.
God.
No.
Anyway, I think it comes down to two here. I think it's Mario Bros. Wonder or Disney Illusion Island. And I want to say something about Disney Illusion Island. It's fantastic. If you haven't played it, if you like Metroidvanias, and want something that's kind of a Metroidvania, but also not as involved as something like Metroid Dread, this is it. This is it. A kid can do this.
A Geeb could do it.
A Geeb could do it. Any Geeb, every Geeb could do this.
Geeb hates Metroidvanias. He loves the games, but hates the style. And
yes, Geeb gets very very frustrated. But
all the Jeeps would love Disney Illusion Island. Drip told me there's arrows.
All of them.
There's arrows.
Yeah, they tell you.
Great.
Like you look on the map, there's
hold
like a big
hand,
blinking
please.
thing. Like here's where you go.
Hold
and
my
then all
hand.
you get is just trace it back. Okay,
Actually,
that's how I get there.
Hold my thingy. Like I love I love when Abby holds my thingy in the store.
Yeah,
makes you feel good.
So it's great, but I do have to say this: we're talking about best family game here. Okay,
we are.
I have kids. My 5-year-old and my 7-year-old have absolutely no problem playing Mario Wonder. Now, some of the levels are harder, but there's also, there's Yoshis. There's Nabbits for that,
Yep.
You won't die. It's fine. They both basically gave up on Disney Illusion Island. The smaller one, 4 at the time, 5 now, nah. She liked jumping around for a little bit because the movement's really cool. She was done. It's too much. The double jumps and all the timing and the things you got to do to like get around. It's too much for our young kids. I don't think this, while it is a great game and I think it should have been nominated for some other stuff. I think it got put into a box because it's a Disney game like that.
Yeah.
I think it should have been nominated for some other stuff, but I don't think that's best family game. I think you and I both agree.
Well, before we say what we agree on, obviously we've chosen making our pick already. I want to say that Sonic Superstars. I just don't think this is the category for it. I think it's probably a very good game that I haven't played yet. But Sonic gameplay is 2D Sonic gameplay is awesome. I think it's
I don't
awesome.
know what category is good for it though. Besides this,
me either. But I think Mario, the platformer that it is, it's super friendly to younger. The clock is gone. I'm sure. Again, it's my first 2D Mario in since the original ones. So I don't know.
It's great,
but I don't know if there's still clocks on the. I would say that's super friendly for kids. Again, for the family category, I think you said it perfectly with Nabbit and everything like that. I don't need to say anything more.
This is it. This is the family game
Super
for sure.
Mario Bros. Wonder. Oops. Oh no. I should just let you. I'm sorry. I played this out.
Yeah, stop. I can't hear yours. I don't know when you do it. Let me do it.
I'm sorry.
The whole point of giving me the sounds.
I'm sorry.
Is so I make the sounds.
Sorry. Yeah, so Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the winner. Also, shut up. Shut your hole. Oops.
Yeah, I think that's an easy pick. Again, I think that's going to be a lock. I don't see
all the games are up there
really
deserving. I believe maybe not Pikmin though. I sound like I'm hating on Pikmin. I'm not.
You are hating on Pikmin.
I just don't think it's. I actually don't think it deserves it. To be honest, I'm just being honest. But it's a good game. But I'm happy for Mario. Disney Illusion Islands was a surprise of the year. That's for sure.
It was great. I mean, that was one I was pumped for a while. I was really pumped for that.
Yeah. Drip.
It lived up to it.
That means we come to the final thing that the Drip and G podcast has voted on.
Yes.
The game of the year. The game of the year.
The game.
I'm trying to find the category here again, just so I can put up back on screen.
Yeah, it's the first one, and the little boxes there.
So, guys, listen.
Got it? You finding it?
Yep.
You good?
Yep. Listen, guys. I'm
I'm
giving dramatic effect here, guys. Again, we'll remind you if you don't remember, there are 6 games in this category: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3. Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Did I say it like him?
No.
The Legend of
You
Zelda.
trying to be Jeff Keighley? No, you don't sound like him now. You got to get one of these voices going on.
So what Drip and I have done is, I think you all at home listening know exactly where we're going here.
You don't. No, you don't.
Drip and I have chosen already. It's already been predetermined. We have chosen The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom to be the game of the year. Unanimously for the oh my god, I can't talk right now. For the podcast, the Drip and G podcast, that is. But what we've done is we've chosen a runner-up for this category, because you all know that we were going to choose this game for this category.
I've had my doubts, but I'm back. I've come full circle.
Drip and I have chosen our individual runners-up. And I want to hear Drip's first, so I know what it is.
Spider-Man 2. Easy.
Yeah.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
It's great. It's such a good game.
It really, I haven't played it yet, but based off of what I played of Miles Morales and what I know about the original, I think it's phenomenal.
It's everything those two are and more. The story's great. I'm starting to really get into I'm in some stuff now. I am in some stuff, and it's great. I'm not quite done with the story, but it's great, man. Everything about it. It's so good. I honestly, my pick is Tears of the Kingdom. I stand with you on that, but I would not be surprised if it's Spider-Man. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
And my runner-up is different, because it's not that I want this game to win per se. It's that I think it's the more deserving game, and that is Baldur's Gate 3. I actually think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win over Zelda.
Yeah, I think
but that's not what this is. We're making our picks. I haven't played any of the other besides Mario Wonder, and that's not Game of the Year material in my opinion.
It's not. Just be happy to be there.
Yeah. Baldur's
Good
Gate
job,
3.
Mario. You did it. You did it, Mario.
Sometimes you have to listen to people who are smarter than you tell you stuff. And the internet, a lot of them are dumb people. There's also a lot of smart people too. And Baldur's Gate 3, I do believe, is the game of the year if it's not Zelda. There's so many,
again,
just so many reasons why. Community support, fan service, the gameplay.
Yeah,
the visuals.
I mean, they did it right. They did it right with that one for sure. I mean,
what a game! The ratings
everything
should
they've
say
done
it
with
all.
that game, as far as from the time, from the time they announced it to the time it came out to what they're doing now while it is out, it's all been done perfectly. I mean, it's a great example of exactly how to make a video game, put it out, make people happy, and just do all the right things. It's a perfect example of that. So again, your second pick wouldn't surprise me if it won either. I think the only ones, I mean, Alan Wake 2, I don't think that's going to win Game of the Year. That would slightly surprise me. I don't think Resident Evil 4 is going to win. But I really don't think Mario Brothers Wonder is going to win.
I'm sorry, Drip, but if Resident Evil 4 or Alan Wake 2 win, I'm going to rage quit the stream with you that night.
Nice. I hope that happens.
Like what happened? And not that they're bad games, okay? But the competition is just.
Well, I mean, I don't know a lot about Alan Wake 2. I haven't even looked into it.
It's
really.
a fantastic game, from what I understand. I'm taking nothing away from it. I'm just saying that Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man, and Zelda are better games. Said by a lot of people. So I would be shocked if it was Alan Wake or Resident Evil. But we know it's a 3-horse race.
I think so.
Spider-Man, Baldur's Gate, Zelda. And
I think
who
so
comes
too.
on top? I don't know, but the Geeb
The
podcast
other ones would surprise me.
Selected Zelda.
Yeah, the other ones would surprise me a lot. Those are the 3 it comes down to. We're gonna go with Zelda.
We are going to go with Zelda. We're also going to make the rest of our picks in the after show, so make sure to tune in for the after show here. If you guys are in the stream, make sure to keep hanging out. We're going to be going through the entire list. We'll go through pretty fast. So I need to edit this podcast, get it uploaded. I got more work to do tomorrow morning, as well as play my Steam Deck now. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, who knows? I might be sending you a video to edit tomorrow.
No, I refuse.
Come on, man. What if it's Black Friday deals? We got to get them out. The people need to know. Geeb, they need to know.
Maybe. We'll talk afterwards. But guys, we'll be hanging out in the after show making our picks. So make sure to stay tuned. But if you guys are listening to the audio side of things, thank you guys for listening on the audio side of things. You guys, I really appreciate you guys. If you listen to this podcast, we don't forget about you. I never forget about you. I upload this podcast for you guys.
I sometimes do.
Every week.
But I still love you.
Drip's a dick, but I'm not. This is why I'm here, to make sure that I love everybody equally.
I don't mean to.
But you guys are awesome. And you guys in the stream are also awesome. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in this week. And we'll catch you guys on the podcast next week.
Peace.